Hello, CNG 132. Welcome. I should say welcome to week 14, not welcome back to week 14. This should be your first run at spring 2019, week 13. So let's see. Looking at the content, we cover, I believe, the security policy, DRP, business continuity kind of stuff, plans and implementations. Business continuity, when we look at it, it's a top-down look at how to keep the business running in the event of a data breach. In case you find someone where they shouldn't be, it all kind of predefines the cases of, what to do in these types of events as they unfold. A key topic for this week is your security policy. Once again, going back to our news section, I put in a security policy template, which is my own. Your own security policy is going to be two that you choose, and below it, SWGDE, SANS.org, NIST.org, they all have formats, templates that you can use to create your own security policy. There's even other securities out there on the internet that security policy template. So the security policy template, you can click quick, easy, editable. They're okay. Make sure you fill them out right, though. Once again, this has to be for your own business. So pretend you have a business. I usually use, for my stuff, I use like Limos Industries. It could be like Limos Consulting, anything that you want to call your business, to make that up and put that in there. The load for this week, I believe, is just a little bit lighter in the lab work, in the project work, I should say. So make sure you get that in. I don't remember them being very, very difficult, but just make sure you get these in. And as we approach this last week, make sure to go back and assess your past assignments and see if you're missing something, and make sure to get that in. I'm more than willing to, if you reach out and contact me, more than willing to accept work until that Wednesday, Tuesday the 14th. More than willing to accept work from then. But once again, I want you to succeed, but I want you to also work to succeed. So that comes in there. Taking a look at our last week, we do have a project, and some of it is optional. So make sure as you look at it, you don't have to do 15.1. Some students choose to do it. Some students decline to do it. But it's really kind of a self-assessment to see where you're at. Once again, security is almost a forefront aspect for me for when I think about, what am I doing? When my wife comes home with a USB and she says, hey, plug this in your computer. It has pictures from the photo people, and it's entered. To me, it's a foreign object. Should it be allowed on my computer or not? Should I make a VM and run it in there? Security is kind of always in my forefront. How am I going to position myself to keep my data secure or to keep my network secure? Same thing with my house. Especially after this class, you should start to evaluate other options with your access point or your router. Do you make a guest network and make it so that they can't talk to your real network? I have my brother-in-law, maybe not completely computer literate. He complains that his computer's always going slow, so I figure there's probably some viruses on there, So I put that on a guest network that's separate from my network. And then I know I'm taking steps to be secure in my own, even though my wife might just freely give out our Wi-Fi information. My stuff is not on that network. It's on a different network. Kind of protecting my stuff, I guess, if I look at it, leaving everything else kind of a free-for-all. But yeah, really good week this week. Some exciting and fun topics: business continuity, disaster recovery plans, security policy and templates. Very, very end of the chapter, and we're seeing how everything kind of plays into one with this chapter. Make sure you get working on your security policy. Turn in rough drafts. I'll give you feedback on your rough drafts. Once again, do not copy and paste work on the internet. Make sure you customize it so that it is your work, even though it might be largely found from some other resource. If you leave in the chevrons and says company name, I will definitely hammer you for points for not taking the time to Control F and replace all those default names. I do not like that. If you need more follow-up for the security policy project, feel free to reach out to me. I thought I have a Dropbox. Where is it at? I did have a Dropbox for it. Okay. I'll have to make a Dropbox for it. Okay. I'll make a Dropbox for it, and the Dropbox should have the security policy rubric attached to it. That's all I have for this week. Keep working hard. We're almost there. We have, let's see, a full week left. Today's Tuesday, yeah. And then the course is over. You guys worked really hard. And like I said, this course is big. It's tough. But if you saw from what we've opened in Chapter 1 all the way till we see how everything's integrated in Chapter 13, 14, and 15, you guys came a long way. And then you see that this foundational experience translates from 300, 400, 500, and 600 level courses, just understanding, just having this basic concept. So if you're into cybersecurity and security in general with networking, make sure just to keep this in the back of your mind and be like, oh, that's a security concept. That belongs to security. And that'll help you guys grow more. That's all I have for this week. I'll put this in the video for it to start, and have a good week.